Welcome back to American Agenda. Bob Sellers here with Heather Childers. Many Democratic leaders calling for New York Governor Andrew Cuomo's resignation over multiple sexual harassment allegations. Here he is earlier today getting the COVID vaccine. And not taking any questions. And as the investigation on the allegations begin, President Joe Biden is feeling the pressure to speak out about those allegations. What happened to believe all women? Because I believe the president said last night that if the investigation showed that there was essentially, if they were legitimate allegations, Andrew, that he should resign.
Yeah.
You've been in this state a very long time. You know the politics here. How's this likely to play out?
Yeah, well, the hypocrisy on the left, it never stops surprising me. But I think one of the reasons why Biden is not calling for this is it's personal. And I think the reason is he knows it's a very slippery slope for him. Remember how Tara Reade was treated when she accused him. And she accused him of far worse allegations than anything Andrew Cuomo is being accused of. So this may be the reason why Biden is not actually being a lot harder on Cuomo. But you're right, Bob. I mean, Cuomo actually was the one who said that we should believe all women as well, and that he's asked for multiple resignations before investigations were completed. So just going by Cuomo's prior statements, he should have resigned. I think we all believe in due process. We all believe that investigation should actually be administered here. But Biden, last night, the first time he actually even said anything about it.
Yeah, you know, Heather, whenever there are these kinds of allegations, I always want to hear the stories because I want to be fair to both sides. But there certainly appears to be a pattern here.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking back to something that I said the other day, that I would be disingenuous if I said someone should immediately be canceled without the investigation taking place. So I, as you, Bob, believe that there should be this investigation and they should determine what happened, when, and to whom. But I also think back to this other investigation that's going on involving the nursing home deaths. And we already know, as a result of the numbers that he purposely hid, through the admission of his assistant, who said that it did happen because of the investigation that was ongoing by former President Trump's DOJ into the nursing home deaths, that 15,000 people are dead as a result of that. So we already know the outcome of that investigation. Yeah,
and that's the irony, is that seems way more important, although I don't want to trivialize what happened to these women, but definitely that people dying.
But I'm just saying, if you wait till the end of the investigation, we already have one investigation, although it's still ongoing, we know what happened.
Yeah. Kira, this was a rising star amongst the Democrats. A lot of people felt that before this happened, he might have been the Attorney General nominee. You have a rising star there in California, and that star is being shot down out of the sky, it appears.
Which one? George Gascon or Gavin?
No, specifically Gavin Newsom. That was supposed to be the rising star for the Democrats, but he hasn't played this very well.
Well, listen, this is an interesting connection to make, because you talked, Heather, about the other thing that's going on here, which is nursing home deaths. And there is a reason why the Democrats are on board for canceling Cuomo with his sexual harassment charges, but don't want to mention the tens of thousands of elderly that he murdered with his policy to force them into nursing homes, therefore spreading COVID among the most vulnerable. There is a reason why they don't want to pin that on him. They want to get rid of him without the COVID label, because if they do that for him, they're going to have to look at Gavin Newsom, and they're going to have to see that this guy also has botched the COVID response horribly, not only with tamping down our economy, keeping kids out of school. Our numbers are still horrible, no matter how strict the lockdowns have been. They've not helped. We have the same numbers as other people, and even worse than other states that are more open than us. So he's failed on every single front.
Yeah.
So if Cuomo gets nailed on the COVID thing, Gavin gets nailed on the COVID thing, and the Democrats have already painted themselves into the corner by pinning COVID on Trump.
Yeah.
So they can't flip the script now.
Right.
But Gavin's in trouble No doubt about it. He was heading to the White House. Y'all, Gavin has White House ambitions. He wants to be in the White House. There is such a thing as the direct California to D.C. pipeline. Yeah. It's why you're seeing all of our policies popping up in your federal legislation right now. So this recall for Newsom won't just be good for us. It'll be good for America.
Now, Steve, you're in Vegas, right? Is that where you are in Nevada?
Yes. Correct.
How is this reading there? Because sometimes we get a little parochial here. We'll talk about Cuomo. Do people in Nevada care? Do they care about what's going on with Newsom?
They absolutely do. I mean, you got to remember, we've got a lot of people moving from Southern California to Las Vegas.
True.
And they come for a better life. They come for what is freedom, but yet they bring their liberal lunacies. And this is why Nevada at one time was red and now is very blue. But of course they care. They care, and I don't think they care in the way they should care. The dynamics and the demographics are changing considerably in Nevada, but there are still a lot of patriots out there that understand and know the truth. Yeah. But if we don't have these elections cleaned up, I don't think it's going to matter anymore.
All right. Well, a lot to talk about elections. That H.R. 1 is going to be a topic. We'll talk about that. And as you're saying, that could change a lot of things there, Steve. Steve Sanchez and Kira Davis, also Andrew Giuliani, who's here in the studio with us. Thank you all for being part of our panels today. Coming up, folks, we have more of American Agenda. Wow, that was good.